all my cheesers and all my fellow PML inmates. This is gonna be a great league report. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be the same bullshit. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a deep dive on a couple of teams. We're gonna look at the stats, and then we are going to we'll check the injury line, see what key guys are injured for teams, and make our opinions on that, I guess. So let's go ahead and start with stats. Let's see if Kyle Shermer was able to get into the top 10 in the NFL in passing. Ooh, possibly not. Doesn't look too good for him. Alright, so let's take a look at our top 5. We got Jameis Winston over in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is one of the best offenses in the league, if you ask Ravens. I'm pretty sure he breaks out the what do you call it? He breaks out the lotion, maybe. I'm not sure how he does it. Maybe a sock, maybe a lotion, maybe something in a lotion, and he strokes it nice and slow. If you catch my drift. Whenever that guy plays, whenever Tampa Bay plays, not anybody else, so don't get excited. Josh Rosen from Seahawks, as you can see, he's been throwing a lot of interceptions through 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's 4 weeks he's played his game. He's thrown 10 interceptions through 4 weeks, so he's got about an interception a week, at least 2 a week. You got Matt Stafford, who is throwing a lot of interceptions. Ooh, 16, Jesus, you're throwing 4 a game. Holy crap. How are you? I don't think this guy's winning. I gotta go check his record. Like, you can't win with that many interceptions every week. But he has 1,000 yards for 3 touchdowns, 59 completion percentage. Nothing great, but he's up there in yards. Jared Goff is number 4. New York Jets signed him in the offseason. He's playing well. He's got his cheese buddy over there with Tyrell Shavers. Is it Shavers? Tyrone Shavers. I forgot his name already, but the 6'6" kid from Alabama that runs fast and jumps high. So definitely a cheeseburger over there. We got Kyler Murray and the new Giants user at number 5. Lord knows what Kyler Murray would be with the old Giants user, because the old Giants user was very good. As far as controlling the ball, not forcing anything. He's one of the top users in the league, and it would have been another year with him with Kyler Murray and getting used to his speed and really how to use him perfectly. He would have been really scary, but hopefully he's alright. We haven't heard from him, talked to him. One of the PML originals for sure. A 62 completion percentage, but 963 yards, and right behind him is Jordan Tiamu. Bengals did say he would have a better year for sure. Not necessarily MVP like, but he's up there. Let's take a look at the quarterback rating. We're only gonna count people that have been playing. So Jameis Winston is number 1. Lamar Jackson is number 1. Number 2 is Jameis Winston. After that, the next guy that really plays is Andrew Luck. So Andrew Luck's number 3. Kyle Shermer breaks the top 5 in quarterback rating when it comes to eligible guys. And then we got Tyrod Taylor over in Los Angeles, who checks in at number 5. If he is able to control the ball and not force anything like he has been, he's going to be a user to watch, especially with a team like that. Even though they did lose a lot this offseason. So over to running backs, we got Cheese McCheeseburger over here, Tony Brooks James, with 578 yards, 7.3 yards per carry, which is kind of low for him. He's having a down year. 7 touchdowns, averaging almost 150 yards per game. He's number 1. You got Jalen Hurd with 498 yards, 6'4", 240-pound running back that runs at that runs about a low 4.4, maybe a high 4.3. 5 touchdowns. We got Joe Mixon here, 480 yards, 6.3 yards per clip, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, who was a force to stop when I played him. As you can see, he's in the top 5, 410 yards, 6.8 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns. With all the success from Derrick Henry, it's kind of a surprise that the Titans do not have a better record. Same thing with Joe Mixon, because running the ball is key in this league. We got Le'Veon Bell, who checks in at number 5 right here with 402 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. So the Steelers usually doing a good job of keeping it going. Then you got JaMycal Hasty. I don't think he's played his 4th game yet. No. Once he plays his 4th game, he'll probably be up there. Alright, let's take a look at the receiving. I don't care about receptions. We're going strictly yards or touchdowns. David Sills still holding on tightly to that number 1 spot. Playing great so far, 107 yards per game. You got Marquise Valdez-Scantling, who's got over 400 yards as well, over 100 yards per game, only 1 touchdown, so that's a down. Tyrell Shavers, McCheeseburg over here. Him and TBJ must be cousins. 358 yards, 27 yards per catch, 89 yards per game with 2 touchdowns. He's going to want to get that average downs as well as Scantling, so keep an eye on that. Corey Coleman, 21 catches, 332 yards, 15.8, and a touchdown. So he's definitely airing it out in Detroit, that's for sure. Chico McClatter, the Chico McNobody, nobody knows. Chico McClatter, 330 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then N'Keal Harry, who the Patriots took in the real draft, he's going to be a beast. 4 touchdowns. I just wanted to mention that with 327 yards, so he's having a good year. Blocking. Let's see who's given up the most sacks. Ooh, Deion Dawkins has given up the most sacks. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Let's see if he's in the lineup when he plays me, and maybe Vic Beasley gets some one-on-one with him. And then Titans. Alright, let's take a look. Nobody cares about tackles. Here's your top 5. There's your top 5 for tackles. I'm not going to go into that. Tackles for loss. Who's Devon Hunter? Is that the 94? Yep, that's the 94 speed linebacker. 94 speed linebacker. Oh my god. What a cheese. 1 interception, so he's not doing too much. Sacks. Njoku is number 1. Playing like a beast with 11. Then you got Myles Garrett right behind him. Joey Alfieri is number 3. Must have had a big game recently. Let's take a look. Power moves, finesse moves. He's kind of balanced on that. Great acceleration, not great speed. Definitely a 4-3 end kind of guy. Carl Lawson, 7.5. David Long, who has 7, and Pierce, who has 7. So Njoku is holding on to that number 1 spot tightly so far. CJ Mosley is absolutely going off this season. Usually not a big guy when it comes to interceptions. I mean, he gets his, but to lead the league in interceptions with 9 already is definitely something to keep an eye on. Tre'Davious White, who got an interception on us, is right there. Anthony Linton, I believe, just a fast guy. Yeah, 95 speed, 92 acceleration, decent man coverage. Reggie Floyd, you got Quan Alexander, you got a bunch of guys here tied with 4. There's our boy Oren Burks and Dorian Etheridge, the MVP, of course, Mr. Sir Dorian Etheridge. Mark Jackson, you got William Jackson, Quan Alexander. Let's take a look at Reggie Floyd. Alright, so he's got nothing great, but he's making plays over there. Who has the most forced fumbles this year? Myles Garrett. Justin Houston has a couple. Anybody who has touchdowns? There's a bunch of guys with at least one. It starts here. Stevens. Harrison Smith has one. And my boy Devondre Campbell. I miss you, buddy. I miss you. Alright. So, there's your stats for the week. Let's take a look. We'll do a deep dive. Maybe just one team this week. I want to kind of get this one done. Let's take a quick little deep dive into a team. Just 1 second. Sorry for the pause. Hold on 1 second. Alright, so let's do a little deep dive right now. We're gonna actually do the team we just yeah, we'll do the Dolphins. Screw it. I'd even do a deep dive before the game. So Tua is a beast. That's superstar rating, 86 overall on the second year, 97 throw power. Holy crap on the throw power, I didn't even notice that. 80 deep accuracy, 95 medium, short accuracy, 92. So he's a beast. Play action, 88. Throw under pressure, good throw on the run. Let's take a look at his speed too. 82 speed, so he's not crazy there, but he's a strong arm quarterback, is playing well, and he's definitely got a stud there. I think he was drafted 2 right before I drafted, where I took Devin White, so I didn't lose in that draft either. Ronald Jones, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, good ball carrier. Let's take it elusiveness 83, 79 speed, spin, and 91 juke. So, I mean, he should be used a lot more and he should be a high overall by now, especially with that speed. Speed is key in this game. Trayvon Million, 90 speed. Maybe that's just his power back. Let's take a look at his trucking. Yeah, 87 trucking. So that's pretty much his power back. That's why he plugs them in like that. Nobody look at there. Screw fullbacks. Alright, let's take a look at his wide receivers. Alright, you got Jerry Jeudy here, who absolutely burnt me. If I would have did a team breakdown or or anything pretty much on the Dolphins, I would have noticed that Jerry Jeudy's the only one with speed, and I would not allow. Well, you got Elijah Moore here, but I would not allow one-on-one coverage with AJ Boye with that speed. I thought he was a. Alright, hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna have to take a pause real quick. Guys, the boss is coming, so I gotta rush through this. Jerry Judy, I would have left him one-on-one with AJ Boye, given that speed. He's gonna be a beast. Did he get a good rating? He got a quick, so nothing too great. Let's take a look at his tight ends. You got Mike Gesicki. If he wasn't in the same division, the first year I would have tried to trade for Gesicki. I love Gesicki. Good speed, good acceleration. Let's take a look at his run block real quick. As you can see, I'm speeding through this now. Run block is terrible. So he's not a good run block, a great receiver. Left tackle, you got Norman. Great pass block, as you can see. It makes sense why he couldn't really get any pressure on the edges. As far as up the middle, decent pass block, good pass block finesse. Good pass block with he moved Tunsil to center. Whoa. Josh Jones, you got good pass block there. Not great. Well, you got pass block finesse at 87, so that's pretty good. As far as right tackle, he moved Joe Tooney right. Oh my god, I don't even know what's going on over here. Alright, pass block 86, 86 pass block finesse. So a lot of good pass blocking in this lineup. It makes sense why I wasn't able to get pressure as easy. A lot of the sacks were coverage sacks. He runs a 4-3. You got Armstrong here and Quiddy Payne, who made his name known with a sack and a forced fumble. A power rusher on the edge, 6'4", 268, a nice big power rusher. Then you got Taquan Graham, 82 speed. He's a rookie. He didn't get any development. I want to see Quiddy Payne. Yeah, he didn't get any development either. Alright, so good power and finesse moves, pretty balanced, 82 speed, 89 acceleration, so he's good, pretty quick off the edge, great size on the edge. I like that size. He's somebody I would even plug in at a 3-4. With 6'4", 296 or 298, so he's a big boy. You got TJ Smith here, 24, and he's already a 92, 99 strength, 95 power moves. He's injured though, so I didn't get to see him, but he's a superstar rating. This guy is a freaking monster. TJ Smith is a monster. Greg Gaines, actually a couple years ago, this is one of the guys I noticed, and I said that he would be a great addition to that defensive line. Alright, so 83 block shedding, 88 power moves, 99 strength. He has 2 defensive tackles with 99 strength. That's freaking nuts. Then you got 96 strength from Quinton Bohanna. And this man is a big man. He reminds me of Tadaro Slayton, 6'4", 351. He's a big boy. I would love him. 85 power moves, big boy. Left outside linebacker, you got Bilal here, 88 speed, good speed. 88 speed from Anthony Barr, but he was injured, so that's good for me. So he's McMillan. He has a couple good guys with good speed. Tavon Coney, 77 overall, 84 speed. He's the slower running back, slower linebacker, but not too slow. So that's pretty good. 85 pursuit, so he's a good run stuffer kind of guy. But he runs a 4-3. I went through his linebackers. He ran a 3-4. The big name that he paid a buttload for, just a 1-year contract. Smart move, great general manager move, especially if it's a guy you want and you don't mind how much you spend on him. You keep him, you try to re-sign him, or you franchise tag him. So great move. He has a great 1-2 right here. DeAndre Baker and Tre'Davious White, both great speed, good coverage skills. It's the best cornerback tandem in the league, that's for sure. And then you got Kevin King after that, so you could kick one of these to the slot and have Kevin King on the outside. So great defensive backfield just with those two. Then you got Mika Fitzpatrick at the free safety at 96, 90 speed, 97 acceleration. Good man coverage, great zone coverage. His pursuit's great. Not great block shed, good hit power, not great. And then you take a look at his strong safety, 88 speed, Jalen Thompson, 84 overall. So this guy is all set in a defensive backfield. He has probably the best defensive backfield in the league, that's for sure. Um, Good zone coverage, great press, good pursuit, and decent block shed. The hit power is kind of low for a strong safety, but then he's got Rashad Jones who hits like a hammer. But this freaking defensive backfield is nuts. There's no way he's keeping all these guys. One of these guys is gonna end up walking at some point. Maybe it's Mika Fitzpatrick this year, because I think he's on his last year of his rookie deal. But this team is set up to win, that's for sure. You need get a wide receiver or two, and this team's gonna be a problem. Maybe even a running back if you're not gonna get Ronald Jones up there. But this team is a great team, a very good team. Very young, very fast, very strong. So that team's gonna be fun to watch. Let's take a look at injury report real quick. Like I said, we're gonna do one team breakdown and we'll go through the injury report real fast. Alright, so key injuries. Bears pretty much don't have one. Austin Eckler, if you want to count that. And Cincinnati, you got Kerrigan and Willis, but neither are as big. As long as Carl Lawson's not on that, it's not anything crazy. Kareem Hunt, 16 foot fracture. Eesh. Oof, that sucks for the Bills for sure. Ever since he went to the Bills, he's been injured every freaking couple games. Nobody for the Broncos. Browns, Jacoby Brissett. Obviously, that's a bad hit because Jacoby Brissett's the #1 quarterback. I'm joking. Perschbacher, if I said that right. 5 weeks, 79 overall. Chargers, nothing. Chiefs, Eric Berry. Tyreek Hill. Damn, that sucks. Tyreek Hill and Eric Berry both out. At least it's not a long injury for neither. 6 weeks isn't too bad. 3 weeks isn't too bad, so we'll have him back soon. Colts, Giovanni Bernard, who's been their #1 running back. 3 weeks, he'll be back. Cowboys, Zeke Elliott, 1 more week. He was out for a while, but they had Jermichael Hasty. Is it Jermichael Hasty? I know it's Hasty, but he stepped in, the cheese back, and it has been going off. So who knows how much Zeke Elliott's gonna get the ball when he comes back. Anyway, you got Kelvin Benjamin, good tight end, out 5 weeks. You got the defensive tackle with 99 strength, 3 weeks. Anthony Barr is out for 4. And that's pretty much it for our important guys. Falcons, Tevin Coleman, who's become their #1 back, is out for a couple weeks. Anthony Thomas out for 3 weeks in San Fran. That's a tough hit. Saquon Barkley's always injured. Two weeks this time, but he's always been injured for PML. Jaguars, you got Linder, their best offensive lineman, well, one of their best, out for 4 weeks, and then you got Leonard Fournette, who's coming back. And once Jaguars gets Leonard Fournette back, it's gonna be a lot better for him, and you might see him take off offensively because that's his go-to guy as far as running the ball. He hates the fancy guys. He likes to run fast and truck, that's for sure. You got Jared Davis. He was my favorite linebacker when I played with the Lions. He's out for a week. Chase Winovich, I wish I could have him. Great, he's a great player, even in PML. I wish I could have him on the Pats. 87 finesse moves, 79 speed, 88 acceleration. Not amazing, but just because he was drafted by the Pats and he's a good player, I would want him. Taywan Taylor, nothing great. 93 speed, the kind of guy that's out for a little bit. Packers, you got Kenny Clark, who's out for 2 weeks, only 25 years old. He was shopping him. I would love Kenny Clark. Maybe I'll hit his DMs for Kenny Clark. I want to see his. He's out for a couple weeks. Yeah, I would love Kenny Clark. Maybe I'll hit his DMs for him. Jay Ajayi out for 6 weeks. He was talking about that. Jordan Phillips, not much. Patriots, for me, Philip Dorsett, if you want to count that. He's coming back soon, but I might move him. Daniel Jones out for 7 weeks. I believe he's a superstar yet. If he could build him, I mean, Oakland is kind of a tough user, but maybe he grows more. Um, Ravens, Brendan Graham, tough loss, 3 weeks, and then Ty Montgomery, not really a tough loss. Redskins, Adonis for 6 weeks, 82 overall. His Seahawks, he's got his right guard out. I think that's somebody he likes. Edo Smith, doesn't really matter when you got Salvin Ahmed. Juju Smith-Schuster is out for 6 weeks. The new Steelers users sticking around, doing his best, and he lost one of his better targets. Dorian Crockett, I don't think he really cares about him. Not great speed, but he's coming back anyway. He's no longer injured. J.J. Watt, huge name, 9 weeks. That's a tough loss, but Texans hasn't showed up. No, Lord knows if he's still playing. Marcus Mariota, 6 weeks. Maybe he can get somebody else to go in at quarterback since he sucks with Mariota. Maybe find somebody like Charles Wright, who is a problem for me. He's out for 7 weeks. That's going to be a tough loss for the Titans defense. Believe me, especially when it comes to the run defense. Xavier Rhodes out for 2 weeks. That's a tough loss for him, especially for somebody that's dying for cornerbacks, especially cornerbacks with at least decent speed. That's the injury report. Nobody's really. Well, there's a couple guys hit pretty hard. The Jaguars, Bills, if you want to count that. He still has all his weapons, but still Kareem Hunt. But that does it for the injury report in the league video. I'm sorry I rushed through this one a little faster than usual. I'm sorry I rushed through this a little faster than usual. Like I said, sorry, I had a little hiccup. But I'll see you next week. We'll do another team video and another league video. And you guys have a good weekend.